Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you're keeping fine and safe in this pandemic situation. I just hope stay safe, stay happy, and stay at home. We'll start today's video. In this video today, we are going to discuss about one complete paper, that is HSEE 2020. Okay, let me write down. You must have known that HSEE stands for Humanities and Social Science Entrance Examination. Let me write down the heading. Now we are going to solve the paper of 2020. Okay. Now you must have known that there are various papers, but in this video we will discuss the entire paper of 2020. Okay. Now this exam is conducted in Indian Institute of Technology Madras. The full marks is +1 if the option is chosen correctly. Okay, you will get +1 if your answer is correct. You will get 0 marks if you are not choosing any of the options, of your not answering any of the questions. Okay, now +1 for the correct answer, 0 if you are not answering any particular question. But in case of negative, that is for wrong answer, you will be marked as 0.25 negative if the answer is incorrect or the option is chosen as wrong answer. Which means that if you are choosing 4 wrong answers, then you will lose 1 marks. Now coming to part 1. Part 1 contains 144 multiple choice questions in this part. Total marks is 144. Part 1 will have 144 marks with 144 MCQs. Okay, that is multiple choice questions. You will have basically 4 options to choose from, and whichever you think appropriate, you can mark that. The total time for part 1 is 150 minutes, which is from 9 to 11:30. 150 minutes from 9 o'clock to 11:30. Okay, in the morning. This is the time for part 1. Okay, so here you will have 144 MCQs to solve in 150 minutes. Here you will have section 1, English and comprehension skill with 36 questions. English and comprehension. (36 questions), and you will have 36 marks for this. The first section is this one, English and comprehension skill. Okay, this is the first one. Okay, now the second option or the second part that you have is the quant section or the quantitative section. Let me write down the second one, quantitative section. Now this also comprises of 36 questions, quantitative section and quantitative ability. Okay, this will have 36 questions. Okay, so these are basically the main ones, the huge parts to answer. 36 questions for English and 36 questions for the quant section. Now if you are done with this, then you can be like rest assured that the rest questions can be solved easily within less time, because these are the ones taking a little bit extra time, and the questions are also quite huge here, 36, 36. Now coming to section 3. 3A will have general studies of Indian economy. General studies, let me write here. General studies belonging to Indian economy. This will have 18 questions. This is 3A. Okay. So 1 was English, 2 was quant section, 3A will be general studies comprising of Indian economy. Now these will basically comprise questions from economics and statistics. So you have to be thorough with that. The next section is section B, general studies relating to Indian society and culture. Okay, now this will also have 18 questions. Okay, so 36, 36, 18, 18 questions, that is from Indian economy, and 18 questions from Indian society and culture. Now this will be based on history, culture, various tribes, various people of different states of India and their culture, habits and so on. Now the third section is general studies relating to world affairs. This will also have 18 questions. Okay, so as of now we have 3 sections in general studies. A, Indian economy. B, Indian society and culture. C will be general studies relating to world affairs. The fourth section is general studies relating to environmental and ecology. Okay. Okay, this is the fourth section relating to environment. Now, here what kind of questions you will be getting? You will be getting questions relating to environment, the various andolans or the things done to protect our environment and so on. So this is all about part 1. Now coming to part 2. In this part, students will be asked to choose one topic from a given list and write an essay, usually around approximately within 300 words or so. Either online or offline options can be availed for this part 2. The total marks is 30. So part 2 will have essay, okay, online or offline for 30. Okay, this is part 2, this is part 1. Right. Now this comprises your entire paper. Okay, having part 1 and part 2. Now for part 2 you will get various options based on environment or the current topics or relating to women empowerment, relating to any sort of equality or something like that. If you have chosen online mode while downloading the admit card and so, please use computer keyboard and type the essay in the space that is provided in part 2. Okay, but if you have chosen offline mode, then if you have chosen offline mode while downloading the admit card, please type I opt offline mode for essay writing in the space that is provided in writing the answer in part 2, and then proceed essay writing using pen and paper. Now the total time for this part 2 is 30 minutes. It will start from 11:30 and approximately end at 12 o'clock. Okay, so let me write down. It will start from 11:30 to 12 o'clock. So you can see it starts from 9 and ends at 11:30. Again it starts from 11:30 and it ends at 12 o'clock. So it means that there is no interval or no break in between. Okay, now I will begin with part 1. That is part 1 section, English and comprehension skill. I'll erase the board. Okay, this will have English and comprehension skill. Now the first question will be based on a passage, okay, where you will have questions from 1 to 5 relating to the same paragraph. Okay, here in the paper of 2020, the paragraph was related to writers, young writers and old writers. The mention of Keats was also there. Since the paragraph was huge, I'm not writing it down, so we will just solve the questions. You can see the paper from internet or from the classes, so that you can refer to the answers that I will be giving here. Okay, so there will be 5 questions relating to the same paragraph. Okay, so you need not worry to read again and again. You just go through the passage just once, and then you can easily understand the theme, what the questions are asking, and so on. Questions 1 to 5 will have 5 marks. That is 1 marks for each of the questions. Now the first question was, when do writers become indifferent to critics? When do writers become indifferent to critics? Okay, as I told you, this passage was related to writers and critics, the criticisms they face. So the question is, the first option given was, when they are young and naive. When they are young and naive. Okay, so I hope you understand the meaning of young and naive. Young and inexperienced, basically. Now, this was the first option. I will advise you, do not go or read the answer, all the options, then you choose your answer. Second option was, when they gain some experience and age a little. When they gain experience and age a little. This was the second option that was provided. So you can understand the second option is just the opposite of the first one. Now the third option. The third option that they had given us was, when they read about the topic, about the tragic demise of Keats, and become more sensitive. Okay, when they read the tragic demise of Keats and they become sensitive. Now the demise of Keats, the story there was mentioned in the paragraph. The fourth option given was, when they are driven by the material concerns of profit and loss. Okay, this was the fourth option. Now from this, if you read the paragraph, then you will understand the correct option is A. That is, when they are young and naive. This is the correct answer. So I will choose option A. Okay, option A will be the correct answer. Kindly take a screenshot of this so I can erase it. Okay, so the first question relating to the passage is done. Now I will do the second question. Okay, question number 2. Which among the following does pose a challenge to young authors? This was the question. Which among the following does pose a challenge to young authors? First is exigencies of market. Okay, this was the first option. The second option is very contradictory to this. Following does pose a challenge to the young author. Okay. The second question was option was pragmatic condition of editors and publishers. Okay. This was the second option, pragmatic condition of editors and publishers. So I hope you understand the word pragmatic, and this was the second option that was given. Okay. Now coming to the third option. The third option given was less anxious editors to publish best literature. Less anxious publishers to publish best literature, which means publishers are really not interested to publish the best books, rather they are interested in profit. The last option was savage criticism of reviewers. Okay, so these were the four options given. From the options itself, you will be able to identify. I am sure I will not be able to guide you through this, because you are an expert in this. You will be able to see the options and you can solve it yourself. But still, since we are solving this paper, let me help you out. The correct option or the correct answer will be D, savage criticism of the reviewers. I'm sure many of you must have already solved it. Okay. Take a screenshot of it so that I can move on to the next question.